Hi guys, it's Anna Maria from the future. The video you are about to watch is a reading vlog on the 7 Spiritual Laws to Success by Deepak Chopra. This book was great and I learned a lot from it, and I think everyone should read the book, but if you're not gonna read the book, you should at least watch this video because I explain what each law is about. The reason why I'm putting this clip at the beginning of this video is that, if you couldn't already tell, it's a pretty long video. It's very long. I tried to shorten it down as much as I could, but there's just so much to talk about and there's so much to learn that shortening it any more than I already have wouldn't do it justice. I just wanted to say that even though it is a long video, I really hope that you give it a chance. If not for me, then for yourself, because I think you can learn a lot from these rules. If you have a short attention span, or if you're busy, or if you don't have the time to just sit here and look at my face, I recommend you treat this video as a podcast. Play it while you're in the shower. That's what I do. I listen to podcasts when I'm in the shower, or while you're cooking, or while you're, I don't know, whatever it is you're doing. You don't have to watch me necessarily, but I think it's worth listening. Don't let the length of the video turn you away from this video. It's a really good video. It just is. So if you have the patience, if you have the time, if you have the interest, treat this video like a podcast, put it on in the background, and listen while you do your work. And hopefully you find something interesting about the book, or you get some knowledge, or this even helps. But yeah, I'm sorry it's long, but it wouldn't do it justice if it wasn't this long. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Enjoy the video. Hi guys, how are ya?
Hi, how are ya?
Today, wow, I almost fell on the stairs. I'm starting a new reading vlog because my friend Sonia gave me this book to read. It's called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success.
The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, a practical guide to the fulfillment of your dreams by Deepak Chopra? It was her birthday the other day, and she gave this to me to read. She has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna link it below. Hi Sonia, if you're watching this, which you probably are gonna watch this, which is so embarrassing, but hi! Why not do a reading vlog? Then she can see my literal reaction. So to be completely honest, this video is literally for Sonia. Sonia recommended I do a law a day, so I should be done by next week. I'm really excited to read this. Not sure what to expect, but any wisdom I can get, I will take it. So yeah, here is to the 7 laws of success. The 7 spiritual laws of success. Outside in my hammock, reading, and on the first page there's a quote, and I don't know why I really love reading them, so I thought I'd read it out loud. It says, "You are what your deep driving desire is. As your desire is, so is your will. As your will is, so is your deed. And as your deed is, so is your destiny." So this is law 1, the law of pure potentiality. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. I'll let you guys know what I think after. I just finished the first law. From my understanding, it's a lot different than what it sounds like. Basically, it stems from the idea that like the power you have comes from inside rather than outside. Anything that's external, meaning money, or like your job title, or like where you live, or the kind of house you live in, that is all like fake power, because it only lasts as long as that thing is a reference point, which means as long as you have your own power, you are pure potential, if that makes sense. Like you can make anything happen because you have that power. But if you put that power into an object, say, and the object disappears, well then you don't have that potential anymore. I really like that what they do is, so they explain where the law stems from, they explain how to apply the law to your daily life, And then at the very end of the chapter, there's a list with everything you should do to maintain the law. I have to admit, already with Law 1, they are asking for a lot from me. You know when you read a self-help book and you're like, wow, why did I ever stop doing this? No wonder. There's a lot to do in a day. I don't know. I don't think I can do all of this. Honestly, Sonia said to read 1 chapter a day. With everything they want you to do to apply the law to your life, I don't feel like a chapter a day is right. I feel like it should be like a chapter a week. But then you'd finish it in 7 weeks, which would be so freaking long for such a small book. To read the next chapter tomorrow is I feel like it's a little bit too fast. So maybe I won't read the next chapter tomorrow. I don't know. I'll see you the next time I read. Today, I read the second law of success, which is the law of giving, or the law of giving and receiving. I really like this one, I think more than I did yesterday. It basically states that our natural state as human beings is a state of affluence, I think is the word, and there needs to be a constant flow circulating, or else like blood in your veins, it'll get clogged up and it'll stop flowing. My words are not great today. It talked about money, of course, and it said that, in order to continue receiving money and wealth, you also need to give it, except you can't give it begrudgingly. There has to be energy, so a positive feeling behind you giving someone your wealth in order to let that wealth come back. I don't know where the evidence is that it works, but for some reason I just instinctively know that it does, and I feel like I'm slacking on that. And I think in last chapter I said that the things that are written out in the book are a lot, and no wonder you can't stay consistent with it, because that's a lot to ask of someone. But today I felt like this chapter I could relate to, and I needed to hear more than yesterday's chapter. And maybe instead of trying to overwhelm myself by thinking, oh my god, I have to do every single one of these for every single, maybe you just start with the chapters you need the most work in. I guess I didn't take in when I first started reading, but it is something to note. This is the spiritual laws. It's definitely not very objectively based, say, for example, Jordan Peterson's books are, but I really appreciate reading it. I don't know why reading it brings a sense of calm and clarity to me. Anyways, I'm enjoying it so far. I also love that the chapters are so short and straightforward. It makes it less of a chore reading it, because sometimes you just can't be bothered to read about how to better your life, but because it's so short, it's such a chill experience. I don't know. Anyways. Law 3, the law of karma, or cause and effect. Hi everyone, it's been a while since I last read. I've had a busy couple days that were also at the same time really hard days, so I haven't read in a while, but I just finished chapter 3. It was the law of karma, or cause and effect. And as we all know, what you put into the universe comes back around, that type of deal. Basically, it was talking about how everything in life is a choice, down to the smallest detail, deciding to sit outside right now. That's a choice. A lot of people do it unconsciously, and that's why when something bad happens to them, for example, they don't understand why it's happening, or if they don't reach their goal that they wanted to meet, they don't understand why, or they're upset about it rather than making the most out of it. So basically, the law talks about being conscious of the fact that you're making a choice. At the very least, you could do it consciously, so then this world of unconsciousness kind of goes away. And then on top of that, you can think about the choices you're making and ask yourself, how will it affect you? How will it affect your family? And then when you get, oh my god, there's bees. I'm nervous. Anyways, when you finally get your karma back, Obviously, it's not the most pleasant thing to experience. The book talks about how you have to go through it, you have to experience it. If you want to turn your negative karma into positive karma, you can think about the lesson that's coming out of your karma and how to help others with that lesson. It did talk about, there's only one choice out of the infinity of choices available in every second that will create happiness for you as well as for those around you. See, I'm a Libra and I struggle making choices. So I don't know if it's that true that there's only one right choice that'll make you happy 100% of the time. Sometimes there's just two choices and you can't figure out which one you want to pick. Overall, I get what they're saying. You have to be conscious in your movements and what you're doing and how you're speaking and all of that stuff. And then once you are conscious, you can make a different decision. I would say it was a rather basic law. I think everyone knows the law of karma, but still an important lesson to learn. Hi guys, so I just finished reading The Law of Least Effort, which basically states that the nature works effortlessly, and in that way, when we exude less effort or energy, we can accomplish more. It talks about how we should accept everything that's going on in the moment right now. We should be defenseless by not jumping to the opportunity to defend our point of view, because then we have more energy left to accomplish things. And it also talks about seeing every problematic event in your life as an event that just had to be. The universe, according to this book and according to my belief, is calculated. Everything happens for a reason at a certain time. There is deeper meaning behind everything. And this book suggests that even events that you find problematic are not the other person's fault, not the world's fault, not the universe's fault, and not even your fault. They just are. And rather than thinking about whose fault it is and placing blame, you can just accept it as it is and take the lesson from behind it and move on. I'm not gonna lie, in the chapter, this one rule was explained very oddly, and originally I didn't agree with what was being said, but in the checklist at the end of the chapter, it is explained better, which is funny because it's in fewer words, which means less effort equals more accomplishment. I feel like the chapter covered putting in less effort in negative things to leave room for more positive things to put effort in, But then at the same time, how much effort are you supposed to give up? At some point, working effortlessly is going to be detrimental to your success. I feel like with this rule, it has to be a very nuanced thing, which is why it's so dangerous to write about. And I feel like overall explaining the idea of least effort was well done in the book, but it's definitely something that would be different in nuanced situations, and I feel like that is important to disclose or at least talk about, because now I'm left wondering what you would do. I think out of all the chapters, this one I had questions about, but it's also the most curious rule and I would like to learn more about it too anyways. So I just finished reading Law 5. It was the law of intention and desire. I'm sitting down right now and I have the book in front of me because there was so much said in this chapter that I think I'm gonna have to reread this. I'm not gonna lie. It was very confusing. I got very lost, but I'm gonna try and explain it as best I can. It says that the universe is completely made out of energy and information, and the universe is all interconnected. Nature and humans are all interconnected, and the only difference between us and a tree, let's say, is our awareness of that information and energy. And then it goes on to talk about how
One eternity later.
I'm gonna read the chapter again and then I'm gonna come back. Okay, hello. I am back and I am trying again. So I read the book again, and I think from my understanding, the point about the fact that the universe is made up of energy and information is that humans, sorry baby, are unique in the fact that they can change their energy and information because they are aware of it. So the entire universe, nature, humans, everything that exists is made of energy and information. Humans are different in the fact that they are aware of their energy and information, and so they have the ability to change it. Now, the way you change it is through intention and desire, right? So, intention and desire as a combo is kind of what makes up manifestation. And so I guess the rules that I read earlier are the steps to manifesting your goals so that they come true. It does say in the chapter that you have to be following all the other laws in order for this to work. So basically this chapter is about manifestation, and it's teaching you how to do it. But the reason why it's the 5th law is because you need to follow all the other laws prior to be able to master this law. So, okay, I think it makes sense. I get it. I can see how this book starts to become helpful. At the beginning, I was a little bit like, okay, like I get it, whatever. But the more and more I read, the more in-depth and complex it becomes. And so I think these laws are building on each other, and they're like a chain link. And you need to start at one and master each one to get to the final one, which is like success, I think. But yeah, this is getting really intense, very riveting. This sounds weird, but I really like that I had to read it a second time because it was like a challenge for me, and it was something new that I didn't understand, and I love that. So I'm getting really excited about this. It sucks that I'm literally almost done it. I'm still a little bit lost. I probably will do research on this chapter as well, but this is super cool. I'm really enjoying it. I hope these last 2 laws are fucking stellar, out of this world. I think they will be. I think I might buy my own copy because I want it on my shelf. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow for law number 6. Hi there. So, I just finished law number 6, which was the law of detachment. Basically, the law states that you have to detach yourself from anything that you want, or any of your goals, or anything. And that doesn't mean to not try for it, and that doesn't mean to not have the intent to fulfill it. It means letting go of the result. You should put your desires out into the universe, and you should put your intentions and move with those intentions out in the universe, except you should detach yourself from the result so that you don't get hurt. And it said that a lot of people are attached to things because they are insecure, but to be secure, you need to be okay with the unknown and the uncertainty, and that uncertainty fosters creativity and imagination and freedom. And that's where you find your most security. A lot of people chase these goals, like, for example, I need to have X amount of money by this age or else I failed in life. That is an attached goal. It is very obvious that that person is attached to their goal because they attribute everything to that goal. But if you don't chase it and you just are okay with yourself, then you will be fulfilled. Because if you're attached to result, then you're closing yourself off from opportunities that might be better than the one you actually were waiting for. The law of dharma, or purpose in life. Everyone has a purpose in life, a unique gift or special talent to give to others. And when we blend this unique talent with service to others, we experience the ecstasy and exaltation of our own spirit, which is the ultimate goal of all goals. Look, I know I don't look my best, but I literally just woke up, I came outside, I got a coffee, I meditated, and then I started reading. I haven't showered yet. Don't yell at me. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. So, the law of Dharma states that everyone in this world has a unique talent, and they perform that talent in a unique way to help other people. So this talent is to help other people. And the way to tune into your Dharma is by asking yourself, how can I serve humanity? So rather than asking what's in it for me, which is like letting your ego take over, you can ask yourself, how can I help humanity? And that's tapping into your spiritual self. Or you can meditate and put those intentions forward, but they said the easiest way to tap into your spiritual self is through mindset change. He also talked about his kids, and he basically said that growing up he never pushed his kids to go to the best school, have the best grades, get the most money. All he told them was basically, you have a purpose, go find it, from the age of 4 or something. And he also taught them how to meditate from a really young age, and without even encouraging them, the kids ended up going to the best schools and having the best grades and la 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 la. The law says that you have to be able to tap into your spiritual self and find your spiritual self, which I suppose the rest of the book sets you up for. Then you have to find your unique talent that you express uniquely in a certain way. And then you have to ask yourself, how do I use this to help others? If money wasn't a thing, if none of this was a thing, how would I help humanity? And supposedly, once you finally complete this dharma, that's when abundance flows in your life forever, and you get the nice house and you get the nice anyway, there is a conclusion section, so I will read that, but I'll share my thoughts after. Let me just read the conclusion section. I just finished the book. Basically, he used the process of a cell in your body and how it works and its existence and what it's for. He used cells as an example of the 7 laws in effect all at once and what their outcome is, which, in case you didn't know, is us. That's the outcome. The best thing about these laws are that they are interconnected, and how when you do one, the other comes naturally, and it's like a domino effect. So at the beginning, I really wasn't too sure about the book. I thought it was an interesting book and I went into it open-minded, but I wasn't too sure on what it could have really offered me. I felt like it was almost a little bit too spiritual based for me to get into, if that makes sense. But the more you keep going, the more the next law explains the last law, and suddenly the book starts to make more sense. And to be honest, I think a lot of what is said in the book is very true, for the simple reason that I feel like me personally, but I think anyone has done these things one way or another unconsciously and reaped the benefits and just didn't know the benefits came from doing that thing because it was unconscious to begin with. One thing that has struck me is that before I started reading it, I was very much not spiritual, not really in touch with myself. And I used to be very spiritual. And as I kept going, I felt the urge more and more to become more in tune with myself and more spiritual. So I bought some new healing crystals, I got a new tarot deck, I got some sage, all this stuff. And today, on the last day of me reading it, I meditated. It was the most random thing. I came downstairs, I was like, before I shower or anything, I want to have my coffee outside and I want to meditate. And I did. And I have to say that I meditated for 10 minutes. It was really hard to keep my focus, but I just kept trying, and I tried not to get frustrated with myself, and I really want to try again tomorrow. I started to feel more spiritual and more this urge to be more in tune with myself as time went on, as I kept reading the book. But at the same time, like, just absolved of the book, things in my life right now are like going through a rough patch to put it lightly, and it's been hard to A, keep up with the book, and B, like, just keep my mindset okay, like healthy. And so every time I read this book, I was like, I want to do this, I want to try it, I want to experience what this book is describing. And so I've been like on this process that I guess I undertook without even realizing it, because I didn't think about it at the time when I was like, hey, I want to go to Odyssey. I didn't really think about it when I came out here. It only kind of just hit me like at the very end that, like, slowly but surely, as I read the book, I got more of an urge to get in tune with myself. And so that's very interesting. And I've found it easier to be at peace with myself, which is also insane. Not that it's easy right now, and not that I'm not struggling, but I feel it. There's something going on here, you know? But yeah, I think this book is one of those books where you can't judge it by even the first 50 pages. You have to keep going because it all makes sense in the end. The content of this book is so valuable, and I feel like everyone needs to keep their mind open to the possibilities of this book, even if they're not spiritual. There's something about it, it makes sense. It just makes sense. Anyway, I'm so happy Sonia recommended it to me. You know, she looked at me and she was like, this completely changed my life, and here I am. When did I ever meditate before? I don't know. When was I ever capable of, like, accepting the things I cannot change like I am now? I don't know. When have I ever gotten the urge to try and be more in tune with myself? I don't know. Not to say that I wasn't, like, okay before. Like, I've had times in my life where I'm doing great, but it was never this peaceful energy of, like, I want to be okay with myself. It was always great because I had achieved something that I had always wanted to achieve. But now I'm trying to find this inner peace within myself, and I'm trying to see what it's like when you are your own anchor, when you are your own support system. I don't know, things are changing, I'm changing. I don't know if it's because of this book, but it's happening as I continue with this book and move forward with the things that this book has taught me in mind. So maybe it's changing my life, just like Sonia said it would. I don't know. All I know is that I want my own copy of the book. Pretty cool shit. I think everyone should read this book, to be honest. I recommend it to everyone and anyone. Thank you, Sonia, for recommending me this book and letting me borrow it. I know it was a big deal to let go of your book, but thank you. I will get it back to you soon, promise. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any thoughts, leave them down below, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye. Or as Sonia would say, I don't know if she actually says this in her outros, but I feel like it's something she would say. Bye, my little yogis.